Okay guys, so this video is going to break down the Uptown Funk video into context and also those key concepts. It's useful for you guys to watch the video where I break it down frame by frame, because you are going to need to know some examples that you can mention within your answers, but this is just for those of you who need a quick catch up and who want to have a look at how it could fit into those different sections of your media framework. So starting off with our context then, like many other tracks, Uptown Funk has been subjected to copyright controversies, which if you want me to do a video on, just pop a comment in the comment section below and I will do so. It's also the 5th most viewed music video of all time on YouTube. Okay, now Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson have worked together on a track for Bruno Mars's Unorthodox Jukebox, which came out before Uptown Funk. So this sort of helped in the sense that they'd already known how they worked together, ready for Ronson's album Uptown Special. Now socially, the treatment of women is a focus within this video because none of the women's faces are shown. So this makes them heavily sexualized and heavily objectified. Another thing that's important within this video is the distribution of wealth, because it's given a focus in terms of how Bruno Mars is presented. He's wearing the most stylish clothing, he's got the most accessories, and he's the main focus of the video. Now, also something to mention is the fact that race appears to have been subverted, because Mars and the Hooligans seem to have way more status than the white people featured within the video. White men are the shoe shiners and they're also the drivers of the car, which we wouldn't normally expect to see, and is certainly not the way that things have been done traditionally. So this could be Bruno Mars looking at subverting that stereotype and putting that out towards his audience. Now, in terms of the culture, it draws upon Bruno Mars's personal culture. For those of you who are not aware, he has mixed heritage in that he was born in Hawaii to Puerto Rican and Jewish father. And so he's bringing in a lot of that sort of heritage into his music video, but he's also playing upon the Motown and funk genres, which have their own conventions. They're widely used throughout the video, but they're also predominantly associated with black culture. Now, in terms of politics, there isn't really anything for me to jot down here. It doesn't seem to feature too much within the video itself, and although we could comment on who was in power at the time, it's not really a major reference for the video as a whole. Now, in terms of the breakdown then, looking at representation, obviously Bruno Mars is represented as the star of the music video, but it's worthwhile to note that he is only the featured artist. So whenever anybody thinks about Uptown Funk, they tend to think that it's Bruno Mars's track, but it's not. Now, the music video also has representations, as we said, of this Motown and funk genre, and they're part of Mars's culture, and we've got the fact that women are very heavily sexualized and objectified. The language that we see throughout the music video makes it seem older, because it makes it seem like it's set within the 80s when Motown and funk were both very prominent. We've also got representations of wealth and status that are used throughout the video, and while that could come into the representation category, the idea is that all of this language sets Bruno Mars up as the sort of top dog, the guy who's in charge, and the sort of the main focus of the video. Now, within our industry, the track and video belong to Mark Ronson, who's the main artist. He's well known for creating and producing songs, though, rather than being the focus of the track, so that's not something that's completely unusual for him either. And the track received several copyright notices, some of which were settled by Ronson before heading to court. And again, if you want me to do a video or a separate video on those controversies, let me know below in the comments section. Our audience are obviously going to be young men, and ideally we're thinking about 18 to 34 category. Because they are so young, they're going to be C1 to D, who are on the sort of the ABC1 system, but they're going to be made up of aspirers, people who see Bruno Mars as a role model, and also explorers as well. Our secondary demographic, the song did attract a lot of attention from a female audience, but it was not the intended audience, and we're looking at those who are perhaps slightly younger, but also a little bit older as well, and so they would be more like A to B on the ABC1 system. I know this was a really quick video for you guys, and we've not got a lot of key terms here, so there's enough here for you guys to just find those definitions for. If you do have any questions or comments, if you would like me to make a video on those copyright notices for the song, pop a message below in the comment section and I'll get to that as soon as I can. If you want to, you can also get in touch with me through Twitter at media_revision. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe, hit the button below, and if you hit the little bell icon next to it, you get instant notifications every time I post a new video. And I'll see you guys later for the next video.